Yeah, hey everybody, welcome back to our Serve at Scale video series. This is a little supplemental piece of our podcast where I'm actually just doing some quick, kind of walkthroughs on some of the various ideas that we're implementing across our platform. So one of the things I've gotten a lot of questions about has been the integration of Circle, like how we're using the Circle software in conjunction with our community. And I'm just going to show you I don't have any, necessarily amazing insight into the, Circle platform from the standpoint of creating content and building community, other than I'm using it no different than any other, community building tool that we've had in our arsenal in the years past. So I'm using Circle for podcasting or sharing content, course content, building engagement with our audience, and doing a lot of content curation. You'll see a lot of curated content on our Circle. That's essentially just me sharing content from around the web and from across the platform, from across our platform. So I'll share courses that we have for sale on Podia and places like that. And increasingly, what I'm doing, let me see if I can bring up our Ghost platform. So this is really the recommendation that I want to make here today. So people are wondering how they can accept payments because you can't get paid on Circle directly. You need some sort of external, LMS or membership style software, some sort of, payment process or facilitation. And what we're using, what I'm really excited about, is using Ghost, like our Ghost community, and actually using the built-in memberships and subscriptions on Ghost. You can see here is a course for authors, and essentially this is for members only. So people will pay for the access on our Ghost platform. And I'm really experimenting with Ghost as a course LMS or to emulate a course LMS. This is not really something I've seen other people doing, but so people will sign up and they'll get access to course content on Ghost, and then in as a way of augmenting and improving the user experience or the student experience or the subscriber experience, we'll offer them a back end, or, excuse me, we'll offer them a secondary, invite to our Circle. Now there is so again, let's say here you can see courses, our collection of private audio, podcast content, courses, and community on the Mindful Marketplace platform. You get access to all our mindfulness, meditation, spiritual growth, and enlightened entrepreneurial training courses, audio files, and a private Circle, our interactive community, when you sign up as a monthly or yearly member. So essentially, what this allows us to do is really focus on what I think I do best, which is a lot of content creation, writing, posting content, and then actually, getting folks to pay for the content on Ghost, and then getting access thereafter. There's a Zapier integration. I haven't used it, so I don't know how seamless it is. That will allow us to actually move folks who subscribe to our Ghost to to the Circle as well. So I said that badly. Folks who actually purchase a yearly or monthly access to our Ghost courses or the courses we're delivering on Ghost will then have the will be added either automatically, preferably obviously through the Zap, or if that doesn't work as well as I'm hoping, I can simply do that manually for the time being. And if it gets to be a problem, just hire someone to handle that. And that's really it. I mean, like I'm seeing a lot of people struggling with the same stuff we all struggle with. Like how do you tie all the pieces of your platform together in a way that allows your community to thrive? So, my recommendation, if you're somebody who's building a Circle and you're struggling with, getting first the monetization side of it down, use something like a blogging platform. I recommend Ghost to accept payments and to actually build your newsletter, build your community. Because don't forget, the subscriptions element of Ghost will allow you to send a newsletter out to your audience, and then use the community piece, the circle piece, simply to facilitate the conversations within the community itself, rather than trying to spend a ton of time, like, building out like all this community that doesn't really get the engagement that you need. I've made that mistake several times already, just trying to add tons and tons of content that really doesn't get a lot of engagement, and then you're kind of stuck with this community that's pretty empty, and it feels very dispiriting. So, we're also doing a lot of podcasting now, a lot of private podcasting, so members only content. So some of these that you can't even see because they're hidden have a private podcast in there that only my subscribers get access to. And of course, the folks here on our Ghost blog are getting access to that by dint of joining or paying or subscribing, to the platform. So you can also do this on Podia. I mean, many of you know, like the largest part of my platform is our Podia storefront, right? So this is how I'm doing all this now. Largely, like, people sign up for our courses, and then I give them manual access to our circle thereafter. Only some of the courses have that right now. Most of the stuff that we're doing is delivered on Podia, and it just stays on Podia, simply because I don't want to be sending lots of folks to our circle, when some of the content is not yet completely fleshed out there. So, that's what we're doing. I don't, know that that's necessarily the final answer. I don't know that this isn't going to change in a month or two. I am still very stoked about a circle, but there are challenges. I mean, all the folks trying to build community on Circle are certainly, unless you have a course element, it's hard to just start from scratch. So I'm trying to actually tie all this together in a way that ultimately makes sense and doesn't necessitate a lot of spinning of wheels. The last thing I will say, and then I'm going to stop, is you got to think about all this. I've always said this. You have to think about all this stuff in two buckets: income and asset. Right? So the income piece, you need something like a course community or a newsletter that's paid, that's premium, so you can charge money for it. You need to be able to get paid for your work, right? In the short term, while this long term is the asset piece, right? So I don't mind if this is just a non-revenue generation piece of our platform for 6 months, because long term it'll be part of the evolving asset, which is the platform that we've built, right? But in the short term, you do need to think about ways to monetize your content. Otherwise, you're just going to end up abandoning, your niche community, your circle community, your mighty network, your tribe, your buddy boss, installation, whatever it may be. If you're trying to facilitate community, you need to have some sort of income element to your business, income and asset. You need to focus somewhat in both of those buckets, but I always recommend focusing on the income piece largely in the beginning, and let the asset piece sort of mature and grow over time. All right, if you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask. Send me an email, hi@mindfulmarketplace.com, if you'd like to work with us, if you'd like to join our private course community. I'm happy to have anyone watching this, of course, join us, and we'll give you access to a whole bunch of other stuff, including a private podcast with Ask Me Anything episodes, our circle, our ghost blog, etc., and some other cool and creative things that are coming soon. Okay, thank you so much for listening, watching, and have a wonderful day.